Hey y'all, How Reads with Phil is back, so let's just jump right into it. The book I am reviewing is Risking It All by Joyce. The key players are Kenya and Simon. Kenya is a college student at Spelman, and she's dating a basketball player named Dave. Their relationship started off really well until after a certain point, he started being kind of neglectful. He's not returning her phone calls, he's not spending much time with her, and don't seem very interested in spending time with her. Yes, she complains about it, but it turns into a big argument, so she decides to not say anything about it, and it just makes it worse. So after feeling neglected and lonely and unloved for so long, she cheats. He finds out about it, and he cannot just go on. I mean, like, life is just over, right? So because she feels guilty because she messed up the relationship, even though he was having whole relationships inside of this relationship, she starts like doing whatever it takes to get him back, to get back in his good graces. So when he's off doing everything that he's doing, and I guess when he finds time for her, he'll call her and she'll run because she thinking, this is the time he wants me back. This is, he still loves me or whatever, thinking that they will rekindle their relationship. No, he just treating me like a bust down, okay? The next character I want to talk about is Simon. Simon is a graduate from Morehouse College. He was the big man on campus. He was the head basketball player, and he was with the head cheerleader, Aisha. And when they graduated from college, they got married, and they was considered the it couple, the Will and Jada, the Michelle and Obama, okay? And some years down the line, this big news interruption comes over the television, and it's him being an APB out for him because he has assaulted and shot a cop. Now everybody is just shocked, like, not Simon, not the one that we all, voted most likely to succeed. Well, anyway, he's on the run. Back to Kenya. Once Kenya graduates, she gets her dream job. It's a field scientist, and this is where they go around to homeless shelters or to areas where there's a lot of homeless people or third world countries, things like that, and they do like health evaluations. And these health evaluations, they like create a health profile for life expectancy data. That's what she does. Well, anyway, that is what she's doing, and she's taking, they get in the van and they drive out to these areas where the homeless people are, and they give them food and water and blankets in exchange for them letting them examine them, do a health assessment. Well, anyway, in between this time and her working at this job, Kenya runs across Simon. Remember, Simon is on the run. So the police is looking for him all over the country. They going to where he was raised at. They in a whole different area of the world looking for him. And in actuality, he's hiding in plain sight. He's still right there in Atlanta, but he's looking like a homeless bum. Well, Kenya was very familiar with him because Dave and him played on the same basketball team, and her twin brother played on the same basketball team. So when she looks at him, even though it's kind of hard to see who he really is because he all scruffy, he all dirty, he got on raggedy clothes, but she know that face anywhere. Well, anyway, she doesn't report it to the police and, to let them know that she found him or anything like that. She just started trying to help him out. Now, that's the basic of the story, and I'm going to let you read the story for yourself because I'm going to tell you something. This book right here was a good-ass book. Like, I did not expect for the twists and turns and what this book was really about, because when I first started reading the book and it was about Kenya and Dave, I just thought it was going to be that typical, met in college, and he is a big basketball star, and he started feeling himself, started smelling himself, mess around on Kenya, but she hangs in there, and somewhere down the line they get married and have some kids. That's what I thought the story I was reading. But when they introduced Simon, they introduced him as this big news flash on television, and everybody was like, it was like the talk of the town. And I just figured that was because, this is a guy we went to school with. But then they kept mentioning him throughout the story, and I kept saying, why is this guy so relevant? And after a while, the story centers around Kenya and Simon, and her starting to help him out, and her starting to care about him, and him starting to care about her, and how he's going to get himself out of this mess, because Aisha's on some bullshit, okay? So he's trying to get himself out of a situation that his wife, for whatever reason, is punishing him, or just didn't like him or hate him or whatever, and told this big ass lie on him, and now he's out for the run of his life. So him and Kenya end up getting together, and she starts to care about him, and he starts caring about her, and then they start kind of meshing, and emotional attachment, and it gets deep. You guys have to read this for yourself. This was a good book, okay? So it's Risking It All by Joyce DeMont. You will find all her social media handles down below this video. You will find the link to this book. You make sure you follow her. She is a very, very good writer. I mean, her book was so smooth, and I'm telling you, this was a good ass book. Anyway, so I'm gonna be doing this all night, but you know what I got to do? You got to look out for your girl. So hit that subscribe button and that notification button. And won't you go ahead and like that button, because when this is all said and done with and you finish reading this book, I want you to come back down in the comments and tell me what you think about it. Hot Reads with Phil always got the hottest book and the coldest authors. Deuces.